Aquaus Kelley, 7 Days of Wisdom, Wednesday, October 16th, 2019. As I was coming back from lunch, the following thought came to mind, and that is the statement that not everything we do can be well defined. Not everything can be well defined. And what I mean by this is sometimes it's just a matter of us taking action, experimenting, trying things out, doing things. And through the process, we're able to come up with the definition of what we do, who we are, what we represent. And I feel as though there are times where we feel as though we have to define something. We have to describe something or put it in a box before we can actually do it. And even now, as I'm thinking, literally, second by second, millisecond by millisecond, in my head, I'm thinking about things that we've done. Think about being a child, right? Things that we've done, and we know we've done it. However, we can never describe it or define it because we didn't have the label for it. And then once we come across that label or definition, it's like, oh, now I know what that is. Now I know how to describe it. Now I know how to define it. So for me, the purpose of this video is really to express my thoughts when it comes to us feeling as though we need to define everything. Not everything can be defined. And it's kind of like the saying, I don't know how to say it in words, right? We can feel it. However, we can't describe it. We can't define it. There may be a definition that exists. There may be a label that exists, but we've yet to come across it yet. And that's not to say that we should stop doing what we're doing. Let's continue to do what we do, even when we can't put it in a box, even when we can't label it, even if we can't put a finger on it. Let's continue creating the magic. Let's continue moving towards something we felt we should be doing. And then the definition can come later, right? So I just wanted to share that thought on not everything can be defined. Because we will encounter moments where it's like we feel as though we need to define it. However, we can't. And sometimes those moments can hinder us. And I don't feel we should feel that way, as though because we can't define or label or describe something, we shouldn't move forward with it. Let's continue moving forward with whatever it is we feel we should be doing, and the definition will come later. Even in this, a lot of the thoughts that I share are thoughts that I apply in my life and things that I think about. Because a lot of what I do now, people see videos, and yes, people know I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, right? That's apparent. However, with the media, the videos, the content, a lot of people may not necessarily understand where I'm trying to go, right? And myself, I'm still figuring things out, which is okay. And definitions may change. Strategist, content strategist, brand strategist, brand development. These are all labels that can be thrown around. Essentially, what I want to do is I just want to uplift humanity. That's it. I just want to uplift the condition of humanity, right? So that can come through education, that can come through content, that can come through helping to build brands, whether personal or business. These are all ways to help uplift the condition of humanity. Sharing information, doing these videos, educating, right? These are all mediums and channels that allow me to uplift humanity. So literally, as I'm doing this video and thinking, right, these are possible ways to begin to define what I do and why I do it, and also how I do it. So the pieces are there. The pieces are there. Not everything's put together right now. But as I continue to grow and progress, I'm able to communicate and articulate my vision a lot better. Me saying what I just said 10 years ago, I couldn't have done it. 5 years from now, I'll be able to define and describe what I do in, I'm sure, a much more efficient and effective manner. So it's all a work in progress. It's all a work in progress, and let's not be discouraged by not being able to define what we do. All right? Not everything can be well defined. We have to work towards that definition. So, with that being said, Aquaus Kelley, 7 Days of Wisdom, A Lover's Ambition. Peace.